In this lesson, we'll be implementing the simple search. And basically what we'll be looking for is we'll be searching for all the users inside the app. Okay, perfect. Let's get going. So first things first, let's go to the search screen and we query all the users. So a Supabase query, the table is users. That's nice, but we will need to add one filter because we want to have all the users except for the authenticated user. Okay, so we want the user ID to not equal the authenticated user's ID. Nice, so the query is created. So let's go ahead and set up the search functionality. So in here, we need to add an action, and the action is search. Simple search. We'll be searching for a string. The string will be inside the users row that we just queried. And inside here, we map list items and we need to choose the name. So we'll be filtering for the name of the user. Confirm, confirm. And then the value, so where are we getting the name from? It's going to be, of course, inside this widget here. It's what we're typing that we need to look for. So let's just go to the widget state and the text field. Nice. Now that's done, and now that we have a simple search created, we need to display all the users from that search underneath here. So let's go to a list view, and inside our list view, we could query all the user list again, but it's instead of having to query it a second time, which can be costly and time consuming, let's just put it into a dynamic child. So we just add a child and we'll call it user list 2, as it's the second time we're creating it. And then here we just set it to the users rows that was already queried. Confirm and save this. Okay, and now it's populated it and we'll get all the different users, a row for each user. That's nice. The only thing is that right now it's going to show you all the users and not just the users that we search for. So to look for just the users that we search for, let's click on the container here and then we'll put a condition. So the condition is that the search result, we need to make sure that it contains, and then what does it contain? It's the user list item, the child that we created here. And then we want to get the row field and make sure that it has a name. So what we're doing here is basically checking, okay, is the name of this row here, is it inside the search list? So of all the users that we search. And if it is, show it. If it's not, don't show it. Okay, super nice. Confirm this. And so we have a condition. Now that's nicely set up, we can start populating and getting the image and the name. So let's just go to the text field. Here we have the user list item, and what it is get row field, and we get the name. Nice. We might need to put a default. Let's just say no name, and we'll put it as name here for the UI. Awesome, that's nice. And now we need to do the same for the image. We need to go and get it. So it won't be an asset, it'll be network. And then again, this will be from the user list, get row field, and we want the profile picture. Confirm, and let's also go and get the default as usual. So we go back here. Let's use this as the default. You copy the URL on the top, go back to Flutterflow, and then in here, in the path, we can add it into the default, and let's also add it in the UI builder. Confirm, and that's nice. So this should be all set up for the search. Let's go and test it out. Here we are on our home screen, and then we can click on search. I know that in our database we already added a few extra people. We added Bob and Sarah, so let's just try Bob. put it in the search, and there we go, Bob appears. And we can also try Sarah. Let's put and here Sarah appears. Perfect. So that's nice. The only thing now is that, as we can see, when there's nothing searched for, in this case it is, but when we were in the home and then in the search, originally nothing shows up. And we want to make sure that when there's nothing in here, that we still see all the different options. So to do that, let's go back to Flutterflow. And what we need to do is we need to take the whole list view, and let's just copy this and paste it a second time. Oops, sorry, paste it in the column. And there we go. And what we want to do is we'll put a conditional value for the list view. So here we go, and we put the condition. And this condition here is we want to show the search when there is something typed in here. And if nothing's typed in, we just show all the different search options. Okay, so let's set this up. We put a condition, single condition, and the first one is the text field is set and not empty. Confirm. Perfect. And let's just copy this. What we want to do is we want to put the opposite for the second list view. So also here we put a condition, and let's just paste our condition. But here now, instead of set and not empty, it's not set or is empty. Confirm. And that's super nice. And the last thing is, in this container here, currently the container is checking if it's inside the search results. We don't need this, so we can just remove this. So let's just remove that. And that should work. Let's test it out. So we can click on search, and here you go. You can see that both people are here. We're not on it, so that's perfect. The authenticated user is not. You have all the users. And if you type Bob, for example, only Bob appears. And then if you type Sarah, only Sarah appears. And then if you have nothing, then nothing, and then everything appears again. Perfect. So that's for the simple search, and that's it for this lesson.